Hello and welcome. My name is Melinda Hart. You are watching Stamping with Hart. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am here today with the March 2025 Paper Pumpkin Kit. And the name on this kit is called Daydream, and this is exactly what it is. This is actually March 15th, 2025, and I don't remember ever getting a kit this early. I don't ever remember getting a kit on the 15th of the month. So I was so excited and so thrilled. I just want to jump right into it. I know I have a lot to get into about where I've been, but I'll talk a little bit more at the end of the video and plan to film a separate video separately. For now, let's jump into the Paper Pumpkin Kit. Okay, I have opened this so that I could just kind of remove all of the plastic so you don't have to hear me wrestling around with that. But let's go ahead and get right into this. So the Stampin' Spot this month is Lost Lagoon. That is a fabulous color. This March kit has two stamp sets. Here is one. Now there is a printout with what the stamp sets actually say in like black print. So we'll go through that. I'm not going to pay too much attention to reading them right now. But you get two stamp sets this month. We get a bonus stamp set as well as our monthly kit stamp set. So that is awesome. And take a look at this. Oh my gosh, look at how big that is. So this is going to be absolutely a lot of fun to play with. Today, we're just going to do an unboxing. We're just going to focus on an unboxing. I'm going to try to keep it brief, and then hopefully I can do a separate video where I start putting everything together. Now, here is our little package of adhesives. We have several different adhesives here. Let's go through this. Okay, so we have our, these are our adhesive dots, and these are actually larger than what they normally are, so I love that. We also have some mini Stampin' Dimensionals. These give some dimension to our projects. And strips. We have some dimensional strips, which is even more fabulous. So we have those. I am at this point, before I start going through all of the other pieces, that was like kind of the topical stuff. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to see what the completed cards look like, I'm about to show the finished cards here. Okay, so let me get the little pamphlet. Here we go. Okay, so here's that printout that I was talking about. We'll go through this in just a moment, but let me just show you the cards first, okay? How fabulous are these cards? I mean, this just absolutely screams spring. I am so ready for this, and we're actually having a really good week of weather where I live here in Pennsylvania. Uh, so this just couldn't have been more timely. So leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this kit once you see the video. Let me know if you got this month's kit. I would love to hear. So here, let's go ahead and take a look at what our sentiments and what our theme is. Obviously, we can see we have a flowers and a bee theme. It says, thank you for always being there for me. Wishing you brighter days ahead. Thank you. Sweetest birthday wishes. Enjoy your special day. Happy birthday. Hello. And then we have beautiful imagery. So for those of you who've followed me in the past when I've did alternate card videos with our paper pumpkin kits, I absolutely love when we have a combination of words and imagery to work with. But these all-inclusive kits are very easy to make, you know, right at the start, just as they're pictured here. This is our instruction sheet. And so you can see here, just in case you're new here, in case the March kit is your first kit, you can see each of the cards as it was designed by the Paper Pumpkin team, and it will visually walk you step by step as to what you need for each card. And then there's even a ruler printed on the other side of the directions here. Look at how beautiful that is. Just a snapshot of that. Okay, and then on the back, I always recommend going through your kit, making sure you have all of your pieces. It lists your coordinating colors. It tells you you're getting 9 cards, 9 envelopes, and gives you, again, a visual of everything that comes with it. There's also an add-on die set every quarter. So every 3 months, a die set comes out that will go with 3 months worth of Paper Pumpkin kits. And this is the one for this particular kit as well as for January and February. And you could always scan the little QR code for help if you want to see more from Paper Pumpkin. And of course, there's always videos online from very talented demonstrators as well. But yeah, so this is what this looks like. So let's go ahead and we'll take a closer look at what's in here. These envelopes are stunning. And for those of you who look for ideas or either with coloring or with design, or for those of you who like to create alternate cards like I do, you could cut this up and create layers with this envelope, but it's absolutely beautiful. Even comes over to the other side, the little honeycomb pattern there. All right, so let's see, we get 1, 2, 3 in that design. Then we also get this design here, absolutely beautiful. We have our daisies, we have our bumblebee, 3 of those, and then we have 3 in this beautiful pattern here too. So this one, a little simpler on the back, but all of that could be used to extend the life of your kit if you like to make alternates. Okay, let's take a look at our card bases. Now, one of the things that's been happening with our card bases from the Paper Pumpkin kits is they have been pretty consistently printing on both sides of the card bases now. So for, again, those of us who like to keep it simple, you just put your card together. I mean, look at all of the artwork that has already been done here. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. And here we can see a different image on the back. But for those of us, again, who like to extend the life of our kit, you could actually turn these into 2 layers. Cut. You have this imagery on one, this imagery on the other side. So I love the versatility in this. This is essentially what becomes designer series paper for us in these kits. Okay, so we have 3 of these card bases here. Here is a much simpler card base, beautiful though. Okay, so we get 3 in this design. These are our standard A2 size cards from what I'm seeing here. All 9. Okay, here is another really simple card base here, but again, 2-sided. All right, so we're going to get 3 of these. And now let's start looking at our layering pieces. So this has a deckled edge to it. Let me set this off to the side so you can see that. Can you see that there? Has a circle that can just be punched out like really easily, just pop it right out. Don't need any materials for that. We have some shine here on the honeycomb on this layer. So that's beautiful there. Okay, we're going to get 3 of those. Save that pop out piece too because you'll be able to use it on other things. Again, we have some shine. Hopefully that's catching, you know, in the lights that you can see that. But we have all of these. They look laser cut to me. Be gentle with them. They are very delicate. Okay, isn't that beautiful? So we have those. Okay, we have these. Look at that. That is beautiful. I love that. Okay, and then getting to the heart of it, getting to all of our beautiful daisies. Look at this one. I have to pop this one out. This is a work of art right here. The whole kit is a work of art, but look at that. That is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I think this is going to be a favorite. I think this is going to be a hit. So we have some bumblebees over here, and it looks like even the details come out of the bee. Or no, that was the leg. Okay. So I'm glad I popped that out. Can you see our little bee? Very realistic looking. Sometimes it's, you know, the artwork is a little more artsy, but that was very true to life. Okay. So we have all of these, and we get 1, 2, 3 sheets of these. Okay, so let me just kind of slide these over. Looks like we're looking at multiple angles and sizes for the daisies, for the singular daisies, and we look like we even have like a duo daisy here. So that's like a 2 Hart Daisy. And if, I think there's a stamp set that has some similar imagery here. And then we also have these. So these are vellum, looks like layering pieces. And again, they have those deckled edges. So let me show you that. Okay, so those are our vellum pieces. And then we have these for our stamping. Okay, so let's take a closer look at each of the cards. Um, don't know if we should put them together now, but this is that three-piece daisy. That's all of that is going on one card. So the alternative brain of mine, alternative card idea brain of mine, I would put these on different cards. And so many of you leave me comments too and let me know if you follow the directions exactly or if you change it up. But you can see here, enjoy your special day would get stamped on this piece, and then you would go ahead and assemble your card. So it tells you, all of the pieces that you need. It even tells you which adhesive to use, either the little adhesive dots. On here, it's telling us to use the dimensionals on the actual daisies. So really adorable. And then we have some of those laser cut pieces there. So beautiful. Okay, and then for this card, thank you for always being there for me. And sweetest birthday wishes. Okay, so what if I change my mind and I do want to assemble I do want to assemble these cards. Let's see if we can go ahead and do that relatively quickly here if I stick to the actual instructions. So let's go ahead and get our pieces. This is where I start throwing things around. Okay, so my first question would be, how has everybody been? Um, not so fun fact from my side of things, but it's actually been 150 days since I posted my last video on YouTube. So took a little bit of a hiatus, even though it wasn't really my intention, just sort of turned into that. Um, but we'll get into the details of that in another video. Um, what I can say today is that I am going to try my absolute best to try to get back to some sort of a basic schedule. I've also been working on some of my past kits as well, and hopefully I'll have something on that for you too. All right, so we're going to start with this card base. Here are the pieces that we need. So this one, two of these. Okay. I don't need the vellum for this one, so I'm going to set this over here. Let me pop out another one of these. I can't stress to you enough to be patient and careful with these particular pieces because they are so thin. Okay, let's do one of these. We're going to need one of these longer pieces. Let's get ourselves a B right here. And let me get another one of those trios. Oh my goodness, I really, really, really hope that we get refills for this kit. Okay, here we go. There have been some changes to Paper Pumpkin recently as well, which we'll get into another time. This video is going to be straight through. There won't be editing like I typically do. And again, I'll explain more later, but for now, we're going to keep this really basic and really simple. Now they're telling us to use our Lost Lagoon Stamp and Spot with the honeycomb stamp. And we're just going to stamp it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, okay, on this card base before we start adding our layers. So let's go ahead and do that. Instead of using my Stamp and Spot though, I'm actually going to use my ink pad. Okay, so let me just grab that real quick. Okay, one of the changes that has happened with Paper Pumpkin is that it is now on stampinup.com. So you don't have to go to a separate website to handle anything about your subscription or to get subscriptions. Everything is through stampinup.com now. And if you need to look up a demonstrator, if you would like me to be your demonstrator, you can find me on the list when you do a demonstrator search on stampinup.com. All right, let's go ahead and get our stamp. So we have a few different options. Okay, if you want to be adventurous and do a more dramatic honeycomb stamp, you could choose the bonus one. I'm going to go with the one that they're directing us to use. I'm going to try to keep this as close as I can to what they're recommending. Okay, now whenever you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, you will get a clear block in your first kit, and then you hang on to that block for, use with any other kits. Um, I do recommend getting more than one clear block if you're going to be stamping all the time, but it's a great way to start with your kit. I'm just looking for my blocks. It's been, I'm a little rusty. It's been a while, and I just had my um, Paper Pumpkin block here very recently. I don't know what I did with it. I have two of them actually, but well, anyway, this is a similar size to what you would get, and I have some extra blocks here, so I'm going to use more than one block. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this on, and I'm going to ink this up with my full sizing pad, but you get the same exact color and effect with your Stampin' Spot if that's what you have. And we're going to stamp 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it looks like I kind of went light over here. I think it's all right. I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. Let me put this over here. Get my ink out of the way so that I don't get it everywhere. All right, my table is rocking a little bit, and I apologize about that. Hopefully that doesn't bother you too much. Now the other stamp that we need to do is our actual sentiment. So let's do that. And this is Enjoy Your Special Day. Really cool font on this, all caps and angled. So that is, they always surprise me with the variety that we see here. This is a little bit of a longer stamp, so I'm actually gonna lay it down and pick it up. Sometimes if you take a longer stamp and try to put it on the block the way I was, it can end up being curvy, which could work to your advantage in some situations, but not this one. So let's go ahead and stamp Enjoy Your Special Day. Now, when you, oops, is that supposed to have a line through it? No, I don't think it is. So my stamp looks like has a little gap in it. Um, Actually, it's not even so much a gap as it is like a line. So instead of that particular stamp, we could either do Happy Birthday, or we could do Sweetest Birthday Wishes. So let's go with that one. Sweetest Birthday Wishes. I'm just going to flip this over. Okay, we'll do this on the other side. All right, Sweetest Birthday Wishes. And let's go ahead and put that together. And I'm going to try to make a mental note to talk to you about if you ever do have something missing from your kit, or if you need to call, if one of your stamps is having an issue. I don't know if that's like a factory thing or if that's something that I can fix. I'll take a closer look at my stamp. But let's go ahead and assemble this. What you can do is you could always call customer service and let them know. And if they have the kits in stock, they will replace the kit. But I will let them go through the options with you if you ever, have an issue or you need to call them. But they do have a customer satisfaction guarantee on Paper Pumpkin kits. Okay, so let's get two of these. So one's going to go up here. One's going to go down here. Okay. And then our little bee is going to go off to the side, and this will go in the center. Okay. They're saying to put the sentiment actually like flat to the card and then raise the flowers up. So that's what we're going to do. All right. Now you can use the little adhesive dots from the kit. I think, let me see, I think I have my glue right here. Yeah, let me get my glue. And, oh, my glue is overflowing. Hang on. See, you can tell that I'm a little out of practice, but that's okay. Not a big deal. I'm just going to get a Post-it. Okay, so I'm going to smooth this out. Okay, just so that it can go flat to the card. I even have a little bit of extra glue left on that. And then I'm going to put this as centered as I can. Okay. I did not stamp that perfectly straight, but these cards are handmade. They don't have to be perfect. And now I'm going to take this little bit of extra glue that I have left from my little overflow there, and I'm going to dip my hexagons in it, my little honeycomb, and I'm going to pop this down. Okay. And if I have a little bit of overlap with my glue, just going to smooth that out. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here. And let's go down into this corner. Okay. Now let's go ahead and pop these up on our dimensionals that came in the kit. These are the minis. Yeah, we have those dimensional strips too, so I was just double checking, but this is fine. So I'm actually going to put two. They were just stuck together. Two, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Here we go. All right, three. It's all right. Not the end of the world if you want to use extras. Okay, here we go. I want to list these coordinating colors for you too. This is Balmy Blue, I'm guessing. With this particular light blue that we're seeing everywhere, I'm guessing Daffodil Delight. Uh, and then a combination of greens is what it looks like, but we'll find out. Okay, and it looks like I'm supposed to frame in our sentiment here. So that's what we're going to do. And let's go ahead and do the top one too. This bumblebee is very impressive to me. I think Connor would like this, my son. I think he would like that little bumblebee. We just bought a book at a little book fair the other day. And one of the book titles is I'm Not Scary, and there's a little bat on the front. It's really cute. So we're learning about animals, doing animal sticker activities, all that lovely stuff. We use his talker a lot, and on his talker we have a whole section for bugs, and bee is right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and position this. We're going to frame in that, frame in that sweetest birthday. I don't want to cover the sentiment, but I want it to line up there. Okay, and let's put our little bee. I used to have a little garbage can right under my table and I moved it. I'll have to put that back. All right, so it looks like they have the bee like resting on one of the flowers. You could do that, or you could have the bee like on a different part if you want to. I am going to use one of their little adhesive dots here. And just going to put it right on the back of our bee. And I'm going to pop it right onto one of our flowers. And they have the bee coming inward, so that is what I will do. All right, and hopefully I followed those directions properly, and that is our card. The one thing I will say is that I definitely could have brought the daisies down a little bit further, but you could always take this space and do something extra with it. You can add another honeycomb, either stamp or piece. You can add some embellishments. You could add another stamp down here if you would want, whatever you want to do. But that is card number one. Okay, let's go ahead and get into card number two. All right. Card number 2 is this beautiful green circle. I love the way that that looks. There's a name for this particular type of imagery. I cannot think what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our pieces for this card. This is where those strip adhesives come in. I can see there. So we're going to need one of these. We are going to need our honeycomb card, or our honeycomb layer, the deckled layer. And do I leave that white circle there? It looks like maybe I do. This is where we're going to use our vellum piece, it looks like, and our lightest card base. It's like a whitish yellow base here. Okay. So we have this piece, this piece. Oh, this is that little the two daisy die cut. So we'll get that. Okay, so here's our vellum. And I keep wanting to say two-prong daisy, but that is not the right phrasing. Our daisy duo, how about that? Our daisy duo die cut. How beautiful is that? Okay, and then let's go ahead and get our little sentiment piece here. I have my strips, I have my adhesive strips here. These just sort of fell out, so I'm just going to set these off to the side. It's okay. Sometimes we get like little baggies for the adhesive and things like that, but I actually like to put loose die cuts, like die cut pieces into these and put them back into the kit so I can keep them all together. Okay, and this is my squirrel brain as I start doing things. All right, and let's get one of these. So it looks like we need the shorter one for this. Beautiful. I love these edges on here. Our little fancy edges. We're going to be sticking with Blue Lagoon. Oh my gosh. Would you please listen to me? Lost Lagoon. We're going to be sticking to Lost Lagoon for every one of our cards to keep it simple, to stay close to the kit. I usually will use more colors and an alternative video. Okay, but we're going to stick to the kit today, and let's go ahead and do the stamping that they recommend. As far as I can see, we just add this piece to this circle. I am going to pop it out. I mean, why else would they have it there? Let me look at the finished card really quickly. I do this sometimes. See how that's raised? I think that I should definitely pop that out and put that green piece in. I think that's the way that they designed that. Sometimes when I'm looking at the instructions, I question myself. All right, and so this is that one where we have all the writing here, the thank you for always being there for me. We're going to use that for this particular one. Okay, just going to switch this out. Now, I'm not cleaning these in between. I have a story to tell you about where my little stamp cleaner is, my quick cleaner. Oh my gosh, it's escaping me what the name of it is. Can you see how rusty I am? But anyway, you could get ink on your fingers when you do that without doing a quick clean of your stamps, so don't be like me. But it's actually in my purse because I've been taking it with me while Connor is in class and doing some paper pumpkin kit assembly from past kits. I don't have a lot of time, but I'll tell you what my to-go things are for doing my paper pumpkin kits mobile. The Simply Chamois is what I'm trying to say. I should have two of them. I should have one to go and I should have one here so that I'm not, misplacing things. Okay, so we have our single stamp from what I can see that we're doing here. I'm just going to move that out of the way. My bone folder is right around here somewhere, but it's okay. And it looks like we're doing the strips for the layer. We're going to pop this piece out. I'm going to save it for later. Okay. All right, save it for later. They're saying three. 1, 2, 3. Can you see that? So let's do 1. This would be a great shaker card. If you guys have the foam adhesive strips, you can go all the way around. Got some extra sequins or something like that hanging around. If you have those little mini daisies that we had a couple of years ago, how perfect would that be with this kit? I feel weird not putting it over here. Don't you guys feel weird? Let me just put like, I'm gonna put a couple of little ones. It'll make me feel better. Okay. And take these pieces off. It's telling me to do the adhesive dots for the green circle. Let me just make sure this fits in here because I'm going to pop this in after the fact. Okay. That way I can line it up a little bit better. Okay. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of my glue on here just for the sake of time. Okay. And then for our daisies, it's saying 2 of the dimensionals and then just a little adhesive dot on the one leaf. So let's do that. And the reason for the dimension is because our layer, it will match the flowers so that they won't sink in, as opposed to if we just did glue dots on the whole thing, they would kind of fall into that circle a little bit that's been popped up. So we will listen to what they say. We'll do 1, 2. I'm going to go to the base of that flower. That's about the size of a dimensional, mini dimensional there. And then let's do one of our glue dots for the leaf. Looks like it was on the big leaf. Okay. So there's our glue dot. Good. And then this is going to get popped up. The vellum is going to, we're going to use the glue dots for that. And just a little quick note about vellum. They're saying put it close to the center. It's like not quite exactly the center, but you can actually see the adhesive dots through the vellum. So you want to put it in a place where it's going to be concealed so it doesn't show through. Okay. And put that up there. We'll pop this. This would be fine with regular dimensionals too if you have extras on hand. But these are all-inclusive kits. For those of you who have gotten many paper pumpkin kits, I know you already know this, but for those of us that are new, which sometimes I can forget, this is an all-inclusive kit, meaning everything that you need is inside the kit, with the exception of, I would say, like scissors and if you want to have some extra adhesive, but they include enough adhesive that you wouldn't need to add any more. If you don't, it's not necessary. It's just if you want to grab things for convenience, like I like to. Okay. I layered it directly over the vellum, but I can see that theirs is offset. I do things like that all the time, so just make a mental note in case you want to follow their instructions. And then for our bee, again, they're recommending the glue dot. So let me pop out a little bee. Okay. Pop out a little bee here. And we're going to put our bee right sort of on our last honeycomb here. I don't want to really cover the honeycomb though, so because it has that nice shine on it, so I'm just going to go just above it. All right, and so there's our bee. And let's see. This is card number 2. Okay, so let's just go ahead and recap. Here's card number one. Here's card number two. Absolutely beautiful. I felt like this one was a little bit easier for me right out of the kit. And then let's go ahead and make card number three. Okay. I won't be showing my face in today's video because I had to change my video setup. I don't have like a two camera setup right now. It's just the one facing down, and I don't want to mess around with moving the camera. But I'll just chat a little bit at the very end here if you don't mind looking at the completed cards. All right, so card number three is going to have daisies all over it. This is beautiful. So we need our honeycomb card. We already have the printed image of all of the daisies here. All right here on our card base. But let's go ahead and take a look. You can see there's a nice grouping of dies, or die cuts is what I should say, die cuts that they're recommending from the kit, a bunch of different flowers and such. So let me see the ones that have gone loose already, if they match. So we need one side flower. Let me see, the large. I wonder if we're just like popping these up to give these dimension is what it looks like to me. So here, here, I'm going to count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so one. I don't think it has to be an exact match, but of course you can do that if you want to. All right, here's our little one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Okay, so let me just find the matches that I'm missing here. This medium-sized side flower. So there's like a small and a large here. See those? Okay, so do that. We need another bee, and we need some more honeycomb. All right, another bee and some honeycomb. Take your time. Don't rush. Don't rip. Don't rush. Don't rip. Okay. And let's see. Again, they're doing like a top end and then a bottom end for the placement of our honeycomb pieces. All of our flowers are going to be popped up to give dimension to this beautiful card. The imagery is already there. So for those of you who like to do alternate cards like I do and you want to make the most of your die cut pieces, don't feel like you have to put them all here. I would personally split them. But we're going to follow their instructions and the card is going to be stunning. Okay. Hang on just one second. Looking for my glue. Here we go. Right in front of my face. And I'm just going to put some here on my Post-it. I'm going to squish my Post-it a little bit to kind of get that less globby. And let's start with these bottom and top corners. Okay. So down here. And then up here. Beautiful. I love the shine on this because it's like a matte shine, subtle, but it still has that sort of glow to it. Really, really pretty sheen. Okay, and then we're gonna do one of these. It looks like the one that kind of has a little bit more of a straight edge here. Okay, and it's saying sweetest birthday wishes, but since I did that on a different card, let's just go with happy birthday. And you can see how quickly I start to veer off course. We could also do a thank you. It's a little bit short for the thank you, so let's see if I do happy birthday. Yeah, that'll be cute. Okay. Now remember, these stamps are brand new, and sometimes we might need to warm them up when we get stamping with them. But so far, it's gone pretty well. Okay, go. And it looks like they tell us to leave this one flat. We're going to put it where the gap is in the flowers. So let's do that. I'm going to use my glue. Smooth that out. Okay, let's go ahead and add this. You can use your little adhesive dots, no problem. All right, I do see why they would want to layer our flowers and give a little bit more dimension around that. I do love that design element from this particular kit. And as for the rest, let's just go ahead and pop these on to the best of our ability. Pop this guy on. Let me see. I can't tell if I have all of the exact right flowers or not. I think this longer petal daisy goes on the bottom. Okay, I kind of like having it a little bit off center too, because then you can kind of tell, you can see that. You can really see the layer. Okay, it says just one in the center of each flower. Pretty much some of them have two or three. I'll leave that up to you. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so there's that one. Here's our little fella. Right. And let me just see if I have the right sizes here. There we go. That one's a match. I wouldn't be as concerned with getting these perfect, except for I'm trying to follow the instructions. Okay, so this one, that is not a match, not a match. Let's see. This one is. Here we go. That's why we have such a variety of daisies. Okay. And then our little bee just has the little adhesive dot. Okay. I did not get those lined up perfectly, as you can very easily see. That's all right. We're going to set these in our little pouch because we're only making these 3 cards for now. Okay, no alternates today. It's been very challenging to get anything done. But one thing that I can absolutely say for Paper Pumpkin is that anytime I find myself really, really struggling with time, like I am right now, I can always go back to the basics. I can always go back to the instructions, their designs, and it really helps to reignite um, the creativity and the ideas and the flow and the inspiration to create alternate cards because I have gone back to their instructions and I can assemble the kits much faster, don't have to think about it. So even if I don't get them done on camera, um, Paper Pumpkin is absolutely wonderful for when you really need some, one-on-one crafting time, just some quick crafting time to make a quick card, to get 15 minutes to yourself to make some really, really beautiful cards. Okay, and so here we have it. Here is card number 3. Look at the dimension on that. I mean, is that a stunner? That is just absolutely stunning. Okay, so here's card number 3. Here is card number 2. And here is card number 1. They got theirs much more centered than I did. And you can see the envelopes that they have paired with each one of the cards. Okay, so I am going to put these here and talk to you for just a moment. I'm not going to keep you very long. Um, I don't really want to get into all of the everything that has been happening. The very most basic piece is that Connor is still only in school 90 minutes a day. We are still really fighting and really struggling to come up with an alternative way to get him all of the education that he is missing. It's been very hard, and we've been doing a lot at home. We've been trying to sign him up for other things. There just has not been a lot of time. So I didn't expect to drop off the way that I did, and I do want to apologize for that because on my channel, I every month I like to try to do the kits with you. I like to try to do alternative ideas with you, show you new product, but it has been almost impossible for me to do that. I'm just cleaning up my table as I'm talking to you. So I'm going to leave my stamps out. I kind of pop them on the top until I clean those off so that it's a reminder to myself to do that. But I'm just putting all of my pieces back in the kit just gently because I am going to be trying to work with this. And I will show you the stamps again just one more time. I think that the imagery is really beautiful on these. So the March kit every year is the kit that has the bonus stamp set in it. And that's why you see two stamp sets here. So we have Daisy Daydream stamp artwork. So this is our kit stamp set. And then here is our Happiest Hive. And this is our bonus stamp set that could be used independently or in coordination with this particular kit. Don't forget about those add-on dies. I haven't had a chance to check and go online and see if they're still available. I have been behind in posting in almost all things, but I was so excited to see this kit arrive today that I really wanted to make it a priority to get an unboxing video out there to you because I feel like it is a gift if I get it early. Typically, I've seen it come on the 16th or the 17th if I get it early. And then my usual time for getting a paper pumpkin kit is around the 25th of the month, if I'm being honest. So this was a thrill. This set is so beautiful. I hope that you enjoyed this unboxing. I plan to try to work my way back to a posting schedule and some videos soon. Please continue to be patient with me. You can also reach out to me. All of my information is in the description box of the videos. And we'll talk more. We'll talk more about the details of what's happened with the change with Paper Pumpkin. But for now, let's just be happy that we're seeing the March kit. So absolutely beautiful. And I'll have more information coming about April, May, and June's kits. We do have the sneak peeks on those. They're beautiful. And we'll talk more again soon. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your patience with me. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.